So, I'm going to talk about a trailer for a movie is another one of those movies where I keep forgetting exists. Like, it's one of those movies I legit forget is a thing. And every time I look at like, I hear news about it, I'm like, really? That's going to happen? It's that. And this movie's coming out this year, and that is Gladiator 2, a movie I don't think needs a sequel. Like, I feel like the story of Gladiator is, and I know, oh, but Russell Crowe's dead in the don't you remember? And this is a totally new story. I get that, but really, like, Gladiator was such a movie that, like, it didn't need a sequel. And, like, to have one come out, like, what, 30 years 30 years later just feels kind of unnecessary to me. And also, I'm kind of like, it's Ridley Scott, because Ridley Scott has, after watching Napoleon, I'm gonna get this, I might as well get this out of the fucking way first. Ridley Scott is very clear that he does not give a fuck anymore. Like, it's very obvious. Like, you see him in interviews, and even if you watch Napoleon, like, I watch that movie, and I'm like, man, he does not give a fuck. And I know, like, Gladiator isn't the most historically accurate movie. Napoleon wasn't either. But that bothered my dad more. He's more the history buff than way more than I am. And it put a bad taste in his mouth, more so than me. I was just like, man, you were really going for Oscar bait, but at the same time, it's very clear Ridley Scott don't give a fuck no more. Not to say he can't make bad, he's not making every movie he's made is bad. This is a man who made Alien, who made Kingdom of Heaven, who made a lot of damn good films. But in his later work, outside of a few things, I've really kind of noticed this guy don't give a fuck no more. He's like, I've made my movies, I'm a big name, I'm known in Hollywood, I can do what I want. So, yeah, and it's kind of, like, I just get that feeling from here. Also, the other thing is that, the other thing I've noticed is that with this film, I mean with this trailer, let me rephrase that. This trailer really showcases the whole movie. Like, we don't need another trailer, because you've basically told us like 70% of the movie, and I'm being generous in that, because you gave us it was a one big trailer, and you really kind of gave us everything in it. So you don't really need to do another big trailer for this, guys. I feel like you'd spoil the whole damn movie. Having said that, though, I'm not going to deny that this movie looks really pretty. I'm not, like, the scene, like, if it's one thing you can always hang your hat on, like, regardless of quality for a Ridley Scott movie, he really knows how to nail cinematography. I'll always hang my hat on that, is that the dude really knows how to make a movie look good, even if it's bad. Like, the shots in here look really great. Also, I am going to say that, like, some people are saying in the comments, and, like, even though I just went on a thing of, like, Ridley Scott don't care about historical accuracy, I will say that he did get one, there was something he got clearly right, and everyone's saying he didn't. And that is, I saw in the comments, I swear to God, they would never flood the Colosseum to put boats in it. Yeah. That's what they did. They literally did that in back in the age of the Roman Empire. They literally flooded the Colosseum to have boat fights in there, like a goddamn toddler in a tub. Yeah. So it does also look like the story's going to focus on the Emperor's son from the first movie rising. We don't know how he got made into a gladiator, and Denzel Washington is manipulating him to, like, bring Rome down. I'm kind of that's kind of cool. I mean, Denzel Washington's always a great performance, so I can already tell. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be the best. Like, Denzel Washington's gonna be the best part of this movie, and Pedro Pascal playing a villain. At least what it looked like to me, he's playing a villain. It's always cool to see, like, a good actor who's been known for hero roles play like a bad guy once in a while. I've seen that with Denzel enough, obviously with Training Day and a few other films. So I'm kind of like, okay, Denzel Washington's playing a scumbag character, and he's really good at playing both hero and villain roles. I'm curious to see how Pedro Pascal does in a villain role, and if anything to go on from Chris Hemsworth, and everyone was like, is he going to play a good villain? And then he plays Dementus, and he fucking nailed it. So I'm very curious to see how Pascal will play that role. Yeah. I mean, it looks good. I just, like, am kind of like, do we need a sequel to Gladiator? Do we really need this after so... And, like, also to quote that Simpsons meme, why now? Why 20 years? Like, why now? After 20 years? After over 20 years, why now? I guess because money. But, you know, it could be good. There's always, like I've said before, multiple times when I talk about movies on this channel, like, hell, I just talked about it in my my thoughts on the Hellboy Crooked Man trailer, was that, you know, all like, I've talked so much shit about movies that look bad from just watching a trailer and think they're gonna suck, and then it turns out they're really good. Again, going back to The First Omen, where I talked some shit about it, and then it turned out it's still my favorite movie of the year so far. So again, I could go see this movie, and maybe it'll be valid in being a sequel. But right now, I'm just kind of like, we didn't need this, and Ridley Scott has clearly gone into his, I'm one of the greatest directors in Hollywood right now, or I already got a bunch of names to my, you know, portfolio, I don't need to do more. And I'm just kind of doing it for, you know, because I can phase. Like, that's what I feel like Ridley Scott is now, is he's like, I'm doing it because I can phase, and I don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below if there's... I know that, like, this is a trailer I normally wouldn't talk about, but it's like, it's Gladiator 2, something I thought would never happen, and every time I had news for it, I always am like, that's a thing? It's gonna happen still? Huh. So yeah, you guys tell me, are you guys excited for Gladiator 2? Did you guys want it to happen? What do you guys think? Do you think it'll... what are your initial thoughts? And also, we don't really need another trailer, right? We're all good with this one, right? We're all good? That's like the general consensus? Anyway, so once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.